So what's kind of like now for you? Like what's been happening?
What has been happening? So I have been working. I was just telling you, like, sometimes I don't really like the everydayness of work and stuff, but I guess maybe to add on to that, I also have studying that I have to do. And on some days, like when you work in accounting, you do overtime. I have my friend in there who is grumpy.
Yeah, she is busy working right
And
now.
I know, and sometimes you have an assignment that's due. So I'm also doing my chartered accountants. I want to be eventually become a chartered accountant.
Yeah.
And so you kind of have to do this whole process of studying again, and like doing your postgrad. And it is actually quite like tedious, not gonna lie. The everydayness, it's like, can I get a break sometimes?
Yeah.
But I guess like you kind of have to, again, like going back to having a strong mind and realizing how this is gonna benefit you for your future. If you really do want to grow, I guess, in your career, obviously you kind of have to put in the work. And you kind
weren't you in Kenya? Like, what do you mean break?
I know, I was, and I was living it up in Kenya.
I was so jealous. Like, I was looking at your stories, like, why can't it be summer right now?
I want to go back. Yeah, take me back to Kenya. Like, look, I loved it, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, Kenya is so beautiful. And I think they have the best of both worlds there. They have, like, game parks and safaris like us.
There's the beach, right?
And then they have the coast, which is stunning. Like, honestly, dare I say, probably better than some of the beaches here. Dare I say
Really?
that? Yeah.
That's a very...
I know, it's a very bold statement. Like, the sand was so white. The water is just really blue.
You think you're Jarvis Bay?
No.
That's probably why.
Yeah. Oh,
You need to go to Jarvis Bay first. You're in Sydney, and then go to Perth.
and then it was
like the beaches.
I've been to Perth. It's all right. I think there's just something about seeing people who look like you.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Like, and I don't even speak Swahili. Yeah. But my God, like I would just be like, Sasa support. They would just assume I'm like, Kenyan. And I would get away with it because my friend, we knew would then just like come in and then like finish like the conversation. So I don't have to do much speaking and I'm just like intently listening. And I'm like, so they wouldn't really know that I'm not from there. Because usually when they know that you're not from there, they kind of like rip you off a little bit when you're buying stuff.
That's everywhere in Africa, let's be real.
Yeah, so you kind of have to play the game. But I really loved Kenya. It was beautiful. Like, it was just, I don't know, like, it was just an experience. And then it just made me really open my mind. And I'm like, I actually want to make it a point to visit every African country. So I have Namibia on my list to go to next. I'm just looking for a friend who's from Namibia.
Yeah.
And definitely, I would absolutely love to go there. That's like my next place.
I 100%. I want to go to Kenya, but I really want to go to Zanzibar.
Oh yeah, Zanzibar. Yeah, it's really. It's like I think I read in a magazine somewhere like the go-to destination in 2024 is Tanzania. Yeah. So
yeah, that is. Yeah, because I've seen like Topicals, the brand.
Yeah. Oh.
The way they've been sending the influencers to Zanzibar, I'm just like, just take me to. Yeah. Take me to. I want to go on a travel and
just
kind of
speak
like,
it and it'll happen. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So studying, and I guess I feel like as well. I honestly, it's something that I haven't mentioned. Like something that I feel like keeps me afloat is my faith.
Yeah.
Like I guess growing up Christian. It wasn't really a choice, I guess, in my household because it was just like on Sundays we go to church.
Yeah.
And then when I came to uni and just being so isolated and like, being in places where it's like, yes, you have friends, but there were days where I would be so depressed and I'd be like, what is life? Like when things weren't working out, you're just like, honestly, I would want to just crawl under like a rock and just stay there. But one thing I will say, like my faith has kept me afloat and also going to church, being in that space of like having that community of people encouraging you and like being like, you can do this. You didn't come all the way here for nothing.
Yeah.
You have to finish the race. And it's like, it helps. Honestly, it definitely did wonders for me.
I was having a conversation with Shalom about that, because I was like, how did you like end up making like the faith you're on, you know? Because I was just like,
because when we came here, you
were just like, oh, like,
by yourself.
Now I have to like find ways for me to like, you're going to church, like wake up and go to church, you know?
Yeah, I guess people have different coping like ways as well. Like people have different religions and all of that, and it just comes down like you have to find something that's not destructive as well to your spirit or like your, you know, yourself. Some people turn to things that are unheard of, like drugs and stuff. Like it's easily, I know some Zimbabweans who came here and like life got so tough that they ended up in the wrong circles and, you know, things like that. And it's like, it's unfortunate like that happened. But I think also like our parents, obviously, like, again, they were forcing us to go to church and that was for a purpose. And they were still praying for us when they were still back there. And like that really, obviously, the prayers got answered.
True. Because when I see like our old friendship circles, it's just like, everybody has changed so much. Some people unfortunately like had to go back and things changed. I was like, you know, God really kept me. That he did.
No, it's absolutely. I had a story like where I was talking to my friend and she was telling me this girl, she didn't get a visa. And it was distressing her so much. She ended up like taking her own life.
Oh, wow.
Because she didn't want to go back. Like that's just how bad it is.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, like it gives you a picture of where your mental is in those moments of like uncertainty. Like, trust me, waiting for a visa to get approved.
That is not fun. Like, I'm still like dealing with that kind of situation now.
It absolutely is not fun. Like, you kind of just have to pray. I guess you have to pray to God and tell him what you want and like just let him know, God, we didn't do all of this for us.
You know, you didn't bring me here for
no we didn't, honestly. So,
that's crazy.
What about you? Where are you at with life, work? You just recently finished your master's. That's really good.
I'm honestly, like already looking at something else to study.
Oh, you see, that is such a Zimbabwean thing. One thing about Black women, they're gonna study.
I'm bored. Okay, what
they're
do you have to
study?
But then I'm always just like looking for things just to like upskill myself, because you never know, like AI, things are changing. Like I work in digital marketing, so I'm really like forefront to be like, AI is going to change so many things. So you need to be
prepared.
Like, do the more human stuff that AI can never replace. You know. So that's what I'm looking at.
Make your mark. That's really good. Honestly, I don't think I've ever looked at AI taking over accounting just yet.
It's not going to. Like I went to KPMG, right? And we had all these talks about AI replacing jobs. I did like a case study for them as well.
Nice.
And bottom line was just like AI it's going to change the accounting like drastically, but it's not going to replace people because there's no way.
So when you say it's going to change it drastically, like in what way? Who's going to be doing this Excel spreadsheet? I don't think AI can do that.
It can actually.
You can?
You can give it inputs and you can actually then do the inputs and stuff. Obviously, you're still gonna. That's why it's like you still have to do like the checking and stuff. That's what it's not gonna replace. But things like bookkeeping, I think that's gonna go. Like I feel sorry for anybody who's just a bookkeeper, but I feel like eventually that's gonna decrease and stuff like that. But always like anything very human centered where you're talking to clients, talking to people, that's still never gonna go. But it's super interesting. Like I love anything to do with like ChatGPT is my best friend, to be honest.
I need to get into that. Honestly, I haven't really like got a hang of it, to be honest. But I have friends who use it all the time. And like it's pretty good.
Like for anything, I'm like
so when you were in uni, did you ever use like ChatGPT?
I 100% did. did.
You what?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, chores, like, I really think I used the chores like my last semester. But it was good to give me like an idea. It wasn't as advanced as it was now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You still like...
I still had to like do proper work. But I used to be like, okay, for example, right? I'd have this journal article to read and I'm like, can't be bothered.
Yeah, can you
I just copy paste it and just be like, summarize the key points. What are the main arguments? I read it and be like, okay, based on the main arguments I'm seeing, I'm going to use this journal article or not, or move to something else.
Right.
And then it just made my life easier.
Oh my God,
in a way.
I'm going to need that.
Yeah, but obviously you still have to do your work because otherwise it's just plagiarism.
I know, but getting the help, I guess. Yeah, absolutely.
It was so helpful in terms of that. But but all the work I did was my own. So if anybody comes at me, that was my own work.
No, but I understand. We literally had to do a whole course on like plagiarism before you started your CA. Yeah. And I think it was something about like, if you do use like ChatGPT, just say you did use ChatGPT or you got the help but you shouldn't like rely on it entirely and stuff. Because I'm sure they are aware that people are using it. So now, there's no getting around it. Like,
it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But it's so helpful. Like to summarize, if you don't have a journal article, to be like, find me journal articles on XYZ subject. It just lists stuff and you just,
oh my God, where was that when we were in uni? Like
in undergrad, I'll be like, oh my gosh, what was it?
I would have smashed that high distinction.
Yeah, right. It just saves so much time.
Yeah, it does.
But but I guess like moving on to like when you came to Australia, now that you're here, how has like your personal life been, like dating, finding friends, and everything?
Look, you kind of have to. I am when I like someone, I become very extroverted. Yeah. And then when like, I don't really know you like that, I'm like very quiet. And I'm just kind of like, just trying to read everyone else before I start like bringing out my true self and stuff. Yeah. But overall, when did I start making friends? So when I was in uni, I think, I'll be honest, you're here.
Yeah.
The people I met, like, the first days when I came to uni, like orientation, I am still friends with most of them, like good friends with them. And that I feel like that's kind of just stayed consistent in that way. Yeah. And then as I've like gotten older, like going different jobs and stuff like that, I have obviously made friends at work, which is absolutely the best as well, because you see these people every day and you chat with these people every day. So it's like, why not be friends? And then you just leave that place and you're like, oh, maybe. So I've actually made friends at every job I've been. Yeah. And I've kind of like stayed in contact with some of them and like we hang out quite a lot and stuff. I like to have friends. I don't know, like I just feel like I thrive off of just talking with my friends, even if it's nothing serious about life. It's just laughing. It just makes me feel, rejuvenated, like, because it makes you think, like, when you actually discuss about something with you and you're like, you can relate, it just makes you feel like you're not alone, like you're like, you know what? But you know what? My friends are getting through this. I'm going to get through this. So it kind of helps. So that's that. I've made friends from work. Where else? Like when I do like school and studying as well, you meet people, I guess, with along with that.
Would you say it was easier for you?
What's that?
Would you say it was easier for you to make friends when you came?
No. It wasn't hard.
Yeah.
I think what was hard was different cultures. Obviously, being born and raised in Zimbabwe and then meeting like maybe a true born and bred Aussie. Yeah. It's like as much as we want to make this friendship work, sometimes we have to acknowledge the differences in our upbringing.
Which is so big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like some things that they probably like don't consider a big deal. For me, it is a big deal.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of like maybe moving past that, boundaries and respecting that. And then sometimes also realizing, look, this friendship will really like not
work.
Get far because I guess maybe we're different. And like it's not no bad blood or anything like that. It's just like what you're doing, your path is probably different from mine. I kind of like to have people who I guess encourage me, or like not necessarily that we have to be doing the same things.
Yeah.
But I like focused friends. I don't like having dumb people surrounding me.
I agree with you. Yeah. Like I've seen like the friends, like the ones you've introduced me to. I'm just like, you know what? This is my group of people. you know?
I love go-getters. I love people who are focused. Whatever you're doing, it could be, I don't know, being a lawyer. It could be a doctor. I just love it when people are really focused and like just go-getters in that sense. Like, yes, we can have fun and like play. Love it when we do that. Love it when we travel. But at the end of the day, it's like you need to have that drive, because I guess it just helps encourage me when I want to give up. And then I look at my friends and I'm like, look, I can't be lacking when my friends are doing big things, you know. So it kind of makes you, put you in order. I think as well, it's funny because when I talk about it, I remember my mom telling me to pray for my friends.
Yeah.
So that you have a good, solid group of friends, and like that, you know, it's really important.
Yeah. My mom used to say the exact same thing.
Yeah,
my grandma as well.
Be careful.
Like, you don't need friends, be careful. You know?
Like if your friend jumps off a bridge, are you
gonna jump there? Like, of course not. You know?
And then dating life.
Because we've had numerous conversations about dating throughout the years. You know?
Child, the ghetto.
It is. Sydney is not a place to date, I would say, honestly. I don't know.
Again, I'll bring it back to cultural differences as well. Because the caliber of men, like as much as we may say Zim men are trash, let's just give flowers where they're due. I think Zim men have they know how to treat their women, right? At least in my experience, I feel like they really...
Yeah, I've never had an issue with those men.
It's just a problem of cheating for me personally.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've never had problems with some guy.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's good. I have. And unfortunately, it's been unfortunate. But dating in uni, look, it was an experience. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed like having to, let me not say enjoyed it like that, but like just getting a feel of like this, you know, different varieties and like seeing what works for you. But I'll be honest, at some point it was just so trash, and it was just like, oh my days, am I ever gonna find a good man, like solid? Because you obviously want a partner in life, not just like a boyfriend for like the cutie style. It's like you want someone you can actually do life with, someone who's solid, someone who you actually can see your parents as well welcoming into their, I guess, their family. Like, is he courteous? Does he have manners? Most of the men that I was meeting, they did not have manners like that. No.
Did you have like a list, or like were you very much like a character type of person?
I go off vibes. That's the only thing I went off vibes.
Yeah.
I was going off of vibes, and I think that was maybe my mistake, because like I probably needed to have a list. I wasn't really looking, to be honest, I wasn't like looking for like something specific in someone, like saying like he needed to be this tall, this, that. I was just looking for someone I can laugh with, because I love me a good time, and I like life is already beating my ass as it is. Like, why can't we laugh? You know, at the end of the day. So you're looking for someone you can laugh with. But I think for me, I've had many experiences. Obviously, I can't talk about all of them. But just narrowing it down, I think I'll talk about how cultural differences. It's like this 50-50 culture. Like, what the heck is that?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what
it's not my thing. Sorry.
Like, I realized, like, I have good relationship with friends overall, like girls, guys, and everything, right? my guy friends are very good people.
Yeah.
You know, like if I could set them up with my friends, I probably would.
Yeah. Oh, you
Right?
think that you vouch for them that
Yeah,
bad?
because I can vouch for them because I'm like, yeah, those are good guys.
Mm.
And I to a point where I'm just like, I've never like if I'd gone out with my friends, my friend group, they never let me pay for anything.
Never.
And they were just
What's
friends,
that?
right? And I was like,
Yeah.
if my friends are like this, and it's not to say like, oh, I took advantage of them or anything. Like obviously I'd be like, yeah, I'm shouting today type of thing.
Yeah.
But they're very much like, Michelle, whoever you end up with, that was the advice that they gave me. Like,
Oh, really?
whoever you end up with, if you
dare.
pay on anything,
Deep.
like leave because that person's not for you. Like, and I was like, you know what?
I think so now I find that it's such a, touchy subject. I find that people kind of make it seem like, oh, you're going into this relationship with this expectation.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if you are considering me to be the mother of your kids, a homemaker, I'm so sorry, but why am I halving something? Like, why am I going halves on? Like, I'm already doing my labor. Like, look, each to their own. I think I'm not opposed to helping when times are tough, but
you like being taken care of, and that's okay, you know.
Yeah.
For me, it's also like I don't like when somebody like just the act of like even just friends like somebody paying something for me, I feel very, very awkward.
Yeah,
because I'm like, oh no, don't pay for me. I can pay for myself. That's how I grew up. Like my mom taught me that you need to
fend for yourself.
You don't know what's gonna happen, even if you're like in a good relationship, strong or marriage, whatever. You still need to have like money for yourself, pay for yourself, take care of yourself. Like my family dynamic was like I saw my mom like do stuff. I saw my dad do stuff. It was always like, I wouldn't say 50-50, but it was very much like partnership. They're very compatible. They're very much like, yeah, I'll take care of this. You take care of that. This is how we've broken down our finances.
But like, how long have your parents been married for now?
How old am I? I'm 27 years.
27 years. So 27 years deep, like, yes, obviously we're going to be having, like, we're going to be, we're going to be doing a partnership. But when you're courting me, well, I feel like that's how it is. The woman is the catch. When you're courting the person, excuse me, why would I? If you're trying to pursue me in that sense, I'm like, unless maybe if, let's say, I really wanted that person, which would never be the case. But let's just say I am going after this boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, I guess I can see how you could. But still, even in that case, I feel like a man, I don't know. This is just my thoughts. But I guess, like, look, I'm not saying like women should just date solely for the sake of not wanting money or something. But I just think if you're looking for a wife, you're gonna have to show a little something. Like,
yeah, that's true.
You're gonna have to show her that she's safe, and you can
it's very interesting. Yeah, so very touchy subject because I see it from like both ends as well. Because I'm like, if like, because I have a younger brother, I'm just like, my brother grew up. How would I want like his future wife to treat him? Like how would I want that relationship? Obviously it's not my relationship, but it's like kind of like you see it, it's like I wouldn't want somebody to take him for granted, like he's just like an ATM, because he's not. He's a human being, he has feelings and stuff. But then I also want him to treat the person with respect, with love, with like, because you care for her, right? You want to do things for her, you know?
Yeah.
So it's very interesting because I'm like, I don't have an answer. All I know is like, if you lead with like integrity, if you are authentically yourself, and if you know how to take care of people, then you'll be fine. And it's like vice versa for us as well. You'll be fine.
Definitely there is some people out there who are willing to take advantage of you. But I guess this is where you come in with your brain and like kind of, just look at the situation, assess things a little bit, and see if this person wants you for who you are or like what you have. Because it also happens, look, like, to be honest, if we're really like laying the cards there, there's sometimes men who approach you with their money or whatever it is just for, you know, to sleep with you or things like that. And it's like, is that fair? No, why don't you want me for me? Or some people like the idea of you, but they're really not ready to deal with like the reality of you and like how real things get. Like life be lifing. That's and true, you need a solid person. So it's like if this person was just here for the idea of you, like, oh, you're pretty, or this, that, this. Yeah. What happens on that day when I'm not that pretty? Like, you know, you're gonna go. True. So it comes both ways. Like you just kind of have to be smart and like see if the person genuinely like really likes you or.
That's how I'm always like to like women as well. Like,
I think your money everyone knows. Everyone knows from the first go. Like, if this person is solid. When people end up doing those things where they're doing situationships, it's just because maybe they're trying to force something that's not there. But I 100%, even your friends, you know, your friends when they come to you like, oh, I don't know what to do, asking for advice. They know if that person is like, you know, not good for them. They just obviously want you to kind of reaffirm them and be like,
I don't give advice. I just listen. Because I've come to the point where just like, if I've told you that, hey, this person is not good for you, and you're still with the person, I'm just like, I've said my piece, I'm not gonna repeat it. You know, I'll just listen, because at some point I always feel like sometimes as women we can be a little bit finicky. It's kind of like, you're there for the truth, but you don't really want the truth at some stage. But then you realize it later on. But
I don't know. I kind of indulge my friends a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I do. I do want to hear the whole shebang and stuff. You know, purely because I know I've been on the other side where I've been like just wanting my friend to give me like solid advice. Look, I'm not gonna lie to my friends and tell them what's not there. That's not what I'm doing. For me, on the other hand, like unlike you say you don't give them advice. Unfortunately, I will give you my 2 piece. I will have to let you know. Like, again, going back to like me saying I don't like having stupid friends and dumb friends. That also means when it comes to like men, you need to snap out of it. I will like make you snap out of it, and I'll tell you how stupid you're looking.
I mean, that's good. Like, I used to be like that, but then for me, it's like when somebody just keeps on doing something, you're just like.
Well, then that's when you have to sack him as a friend, because really, why are you surrounding yourself with people? Really? Now, again, give people grace. It's obviously not always black and white, but for the most part, I indulge my friends, and I kind of want to hear like, what is this? And then like, obviously, if she's being like silly, I'll be like, okay, you're being silly, and then kind of hear his side of the story. But this is also given that the person she's been with is like a solid guy. I'm not about to just be like, always my friend, my friend, my friend. If she's being silly, I'll obviously pull her to the side, like, babe, we need to get it together.
I'll support you in public, but criticize you in private. That's definitely like way. Like being a sister's keeper type of thing.
You obviously don't want her. And again, coming to like, you surround yourself with like good counsel, because obviously you probably trust your friend to give you good counsel. Like, that's the thing. I hope they can trust me again to give them like good advice in that sense, you know, nothing to destroy like their future or anything like that.
That's good, because I end up like really thinking I'm very more of a listener, because I always feel like you have the answer. And you just want to like really like
vent. Sometimes someone really just wants to vent, and you should absolutely
unless somebody says like, hey Michelle, like I really want your advice on X, Y, Z.
That's when
like, I'm not gonna
give unsolicited advice,
because that's the worst. Like, somebody starts giving me the unsolicited advice, I'm like, why are you doing this to me right now?
Sometimes you're not looking for an answer, you're looking for a shoulder. I hear what you mean. Like, it's not always advice.